All right. Is that live? Are we live? I hope so. Let's check it out. Twitch.com. It says we're live. But right now I just see boxing. Is this another Rocky movie? Do they keep making Rocky movies? Hello, Crowboy. We're watching Rocky ads to make sure we're on. That's boxing. Creed 3. Only in theaters. There I am. That's my voice. I can hear it. Crowboy asks, how many Kerbals will die today? We're gonna kill so many Kerbals. It's inevitable. Let me know if the sound's okay. If the mixture between my voice and the sound is okay. The Western Front says, really excited to watch you play this one. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Menus sound a little loud. Yeah, I can fix that. I have a dedicated slider now for that. Is that better? It's still loud for me. I can't tell the mix. Sounds very loud to me. Sounds the same. Okay. Is this slider actually doing something? We'll turn it way down. How's that? Okay, still very loud for me. Hopefully that's less loud for you guys. Good mix? I see betters. Are we good to go? Are we okay to go? Everybody gets that reference, right? That one dude. I'm not gonna say your comment yet. I'm gonna say it after we do the intro. Crowboy's giving us the launch signal. All right, let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to. Looks like there's already a disaster going on screen, and not just in this little window down here. I'm Jeff Fava. This is a MinnMax stream. Today we're gonna stream some Kerbal Space Program 2, which is the sequel to the first Kerbal Space Program, a sim game that one dude in the comments just said, Kerbal, loved that first game. I've got 1,500 hours in it. You could build your own rocket in that amount of time. A real one, a physical one. Richbad Game says Kerbals will die. Kerbals are probably going to die, and it's unfortunate because look how cute those guys are. So we're going to jump right in. I haven't touched it. I think I played the original for a little bit, and I was a little hesitant. Let's just jump in right now. Press to start a campaign, and then we'll keep talking. Normal campaign name. Let's say MinnMax our go. That all looks good. We'll do that. We got production values off the charts here for these little guys. Crowboy says they knew the risk when they signed up. That's probably true, right? Just like real astronauts. I don't know that they knew that I would be the one building their rocket, though. We may have had different enrollee numbers if they knew. We're applying the duct tape down here. We are hopefully haven't crashed. There we go. We're still going. Progress bars, am I right? They're always... Oh, we got a video.
Your new space program, leaping forward into the cosmos. Since the dawn of Kerbal kind, We have looked to the sky and wondered what sublime mysteries lie hidden in the darkness, like jewels never beheld.
Rich Bad at Games says all the videos in this are brilliantly done. Do you guys have nostalgia for this kind of like classic videos that you would see
copy of the orientation film. Hold on.
in
Slides
school?
somewhere.
We're looking a little choppy.
First day running the Kerbal space program. This campus hosts the greatest ever gathering of astronomers, astronauts, and engineers. After years of focused effort, this collection of geniuses has created several very impressive buildings. We believe we have all the necessary pieces to take our first steps off the ground. The best
Rich
way
says
to
to
advance
stream
our
Big Note for a
technologies
second.
further
Let me
is
know
to get
how
up there and learn by
if it's
doing.
actually
All we
working.
need now is somebody to show us how to put all these parts together. Well,
Bit
we also
rate
need
looks
somebody
good,
to help
but
us out with flying.
I think my computer's
We
chugging
need a lot of help, actually. That's why you're here.
because of
My
the
name
Kerbals.
is Paige, by the way. If you need any hints, feel free to visit me over at the training center. Everything in there is well padded, so it's a great place to get up and running. Welcome aboard.
Girlboy says time for a new computer. Yeah, it's looking delayed. I'm looking choppy over there. Let me tab over. Yeah, it might just be the game. How could the game? We may have to futz around with the settings here. That one dude says the system requirements are kind of crazy on this. Well, let's see. Oh, let's see. Gameplay. Graphics. Can we set it to... Rich says no one said launching rockets was easy. Quality presets. Let's go to medium. Let's see if that helps. I don't know that that's going to help. What are you guys seeing? Does the game look choppy? Do... oops. Boy. This is gonna be a fun stream. This is not the kind of disaster I was expecting. Game and audio is fine. It's just me. Just I look delayed. Is that? But the audio is coming through choppy, the Western Front says. I should have streamed the Minish Cap. I knew it. I knew it. Guess we can try changing the resolution. Is that any better? That looks like it might be a little better. Better for you guys? This is me talking. A little better. That helped. Playing 720 like it's... I don't know. 2000? When did 720 come out? Okay, is this watchable? This is fine now, Rich says. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Sorry. This is the beauty of Kerbal Space Program. All we care about is the rockets. Everything else. You want to stream this? Forget about streaming. Just focus on the rockets. Let's see. We will continue. Boy, that... that now looks like a very old game. That's okay. We can... I wonder... Actually, you know what I should have done? I should have looked at... We were on borderless. I wonder if... Let's try full screen. And then let's try kicking it back up. Because sometimes, you know, that can... No. We're back to... I can already see. You guys don't even have to tell me. I can already tell that's That's good. All right. Well, we'll do 720. Let's do it. I mean, NASA's still running on like MS-DOS, right? So we can live with this. Let's resume game. Look at this. I like the kind of faux programming on the menu over here. Plus all the little beeps. That's fun. Let's go. All right. Welcome to the Kerbal Space Center. This campus has everything you need. Turn your fledgling space program into the stuff of legends. Okay, create a training program. They're gonna walk us through it step by step. That's perfect. That's what we need. Oh boy. Oh, we got subs coming in. That's not gonna break anything. Let's see. Ah, yeah, technical problems resolved, says Charles. I hope so. But we shall see. Now we can just focus on me screwing up the rockets and not screwing up the game settings. So that will be fun. If you want to start building right away, vehicle assembly building is where you want to be. We'll see, I guess. That's probably what we want to do, right? That's the launch pad. Not ready. Assembly. What do we got over here? Tracking station. View your spacecraft's already in flight. That's hopeful. Or the training center. Are we supposed to go to the training center first? I feel like that's where we... Alright. They're getting ready. Those little guys. Let's do it. Should we do the training center, or should we just try and build something and have it blow up in our faces first? I'll leave that to you guys. You choose. Blow up, Crowboy says. Charles has to go out, but he's wishing us success blowing stuff up. Let's jump right into it. We don't need no training center, right? Everybody's saying blow up. That's not... I don't think that's what we want to go for, but... yeah. We can assemble this. Look, this doesn't look complicated at all. This doesn't look complicated. Parts picker. Okay. Okay, so we need a command pod. You guys take notes. A command pod, an engine, and a fuel tank. Bare minimum. That makes sense. If you have a part you use often, you can add it to your favorites by clicking the middle mouse button. Okay. I mean, this is all the tutorial we need, really. You can construct several assemblies. The assembly marked with the green icon is your launch assembly. It is what goes out the door when you select a button. Natron B says, I vote try not to blow up, but don't try too hard. That's sounds like perfect level for me. Engineers report to see how your vehicle will perform. That's down here. Useful stats and a list of potential problems. Good. Let's see. For example, you can use the report to see if you have a thrust to weight ratio over 1, which means you leave. Got it. But here's the trip planner. Okay. Plot a destination. All right. For some reason, I guess I was just under the impression of, well, I just got to get to space, and then that's mission success, right? But apparently, we got to tell them where to go once we're in space. All right, and then the launch button. Big old launch button. Okay. That looks great. We don't want to know about the training center page. We already voted on that. Okay, so here's the report. And the trip planner. Where do we want to go? That's a great question. I ask myself. Bop surface? One-way trip? We want to come back, right? We'll assume that we're going to come back. All right. Maybe we got to build something first. All right. Here we go. That one dude says, I've been curious to see how the new tutorials are for new players. Yeah, we will take a look at that after our impending failure, for sure. Okay, so we got command pods. Oh, Jawar, hello. With a massive amount of subs. We appreciate all the subs. Have I mentioned that? I'm sure Stupid Nightbot hasn't mentioned that yet. Jawar Hello says, subs for JeffM, the Defender of Horizon. I appreciate it. That makes the subs all the sweeter. That was a spirited conversation, and it went places I wasn't expecting it to. But I feel like I learned a lot, you know? It kind of bled over into the comments section, and Kyle told me a little bit more about why the game didn't really click with him. And I could understand it if you choose to play that way, and that's fine, and that's great. So we all learned something, and you should really check it out if you haven't played it. Boy, this is a lot of stuff. Okay, so we needed a command center. That was the first thing they said. Let's see. 4-seat? 5-seat? I feel like we want to fit as many poor Kerbals into this as we can. So we'll put that there. That's a good... Crowboy says, have you considered buying the Lego tall neck? It's so cool. I haven't. I saw Janet's pictures of it, and it did look pretty cool. Maybe when the kid gets older. Now wait, what's the difference between a command pod and a cockpit? This is for larger shuttles and space planes. Okay, well they said we need a command pod, fuel tanks, and an engine. Well, I like that they explain what each one is as you go over it. Although trusses and adapters isn't super helpful. Creator Gaming says cockpit is where you keep your chickens. I suppose. Is that could be or you could tell me that was the origin of the world, and I might actually believe that. So we need an engine. These are our engines. Now we picked. This was I think a large, so we're gonna want the largest you got here. For the people who have played this game, including that one dude who's played like 1,500 hours, is an actual astronaut after playing that much. In the normal game, do they make you like stick to a budget, and those kind of things? Nature on B says small Legos plus small children not great. Yeah, I was thinking in future years when he's past the dangers of sticking stuff in his mouth. Although he does not stick stuff in his mouth or try to eat things, which we're happy about. Okay, we want. Wow, look at all the choices. Hydrogen? That sounds like it'll blow up good. A monopropellant. Wow. Creator Gaming says, once you can trust a kid with a grape, you can trust them with a Lego. We're not there with the grapes yet. We cut them in half, sometimes in quarters, depending on how big the grapes are. So let's see. Can they tell me? Let's see. Does this tell me what the best is for blowing up? Max temperatures, the mass of it. I'm thinking hydrogen. Hydrogen just sounds fun, right? 2x, XL. We want as much of this. Oh boy, that's a big one. That's too big. Oh, these are huge. Have I miscalculated how much fuel we're gonna need? Or how big these are? Oh, I can zoom way out. Oh, we do have plenty of space. Let's see, how do I get rid of something that's in there? Just delete, there we go. Let's go with the big boy. This looks, if I know anything about rockets, what does this do? Oh, I can make it see-through. That's good. That one dude says there's a career mode and a sandbox mode. Career has budgets and parts to unlock. That's good to know. Okay, so we want a couple of these, right? What's going on here? Just there we go. We're gonna want. Oh, that's totally adding to the weight, right? So we would need like 10 times more thrusters. Let's check the report on this. Let's see what the engineers rate us on this. No, we don't have the one. Engine is missing. Did I forget engine? Oh, must be the wrong type of fuel for this engine? Is that what's... those are methalox. I need a hydrogen. Oh, hydrogen. There we go. There we go. There we go. Still less than 1 though. What is our... Let's see, is that a... The resolution's so bad that I can't tell. Is that a 0.086? Because that's what it looks like to me. Rich says, I go away from keyboard for 30 seconds and come back to this monstrosity. Yeah, you know, I just want to... we want to have a lot of fuel. What if we... Can we give each of these giant fuel balls its own fuel tank? Can I like stack them up? Let's see. We'll probably need a truss for that, right? A coupler? No, that's separate stages. Payloads. Aerodynamics. We didn't even think about aerodynamics. Now I feel like a fool. Thermal. Disperse and protect against something. Let's see. We can get rid of the engineer's report. We get what you're saying. We're not ready yet. Okay, let's see. Space tape. That sounds perfect. That sounds perfect. That sounds like exactly what we need. Let's decouple these. And we'll put them next to each other. You know, it's kind of hard. Okay, maybe a top-down view. I'm assuming I can't just have them... Rich Bad at Games quoted me as saying, we didn't even think about aerodynamics. Yeah, I'm sure you know, that Jarvis wannabe didn't tell me anything about aerodynamics. They just said, we need engine, command center, and fuel. Is that right? Well, what do I need? What do you want? What do you want here? Is this the wrong tool? Let's see. Clamps? Oh boy. What is this? That doesn't look right. An engine mount. Use several smaller engines. So would that have let me put multiple... I mean... We want those. So we could put a bunch of smaller engines on there, but we still gotta connect these. Just use beams? Or maybe put the beams and that will give me something to connect the connectors to. This is why you go to the training center, folks. Okay, so we got the beams. Let's strut those. No, it still doesn't like... I don't understand how a strut works. See, that looks like... Can you just tell me about... Shift to view more? No, there's no more to learn about struts. That one dude. Help me out here. How would I connect these giant hydrogen explosion machines together? Because the struts, I don't think, are the answer that we're looking for. Can I... See, I can't really make these beams any larger either. Looks like... that. Oh, that's not, that's not even close. This is a problem with 3D views. And whose idea was to make the tank spherical? That's not helping us figure this out in 3D space. Could we connect them at the tops? Should I have been trying to strut it from the tops there? Oh, I really want to know how struts work. Is that just for reinforcing things on a singular... All right. Maybe we should focus more on... Maybe... Here's the thing, folks. Maybe... I think we were right on that. And then let's just try and figure out how to add more rockets at the bottom. Because this is vaguely aerodynamic from everything that I know about aerodynamics, which is nothing. You know, this is all looking good. Rich Bad Game says add more rockets. Yes, I am trying to add more rockets. I understand the importance of more rockets. It's just how do we connect them? So let's see, we need the hydrogen ones. So each of these adds how much thrust? And how much thrust did we have to get to? Thrust to weight. We got a lot of weight, I think, is the problem. Can we just... I mean, that got us closer, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't help, right? I don't think we want it to be facing sideways. I think we probably want it facing in the same direction. No. In which case, do I need to... Can you let me zoom out? There we go. Let's put one there. And we'll put one here. Oh, that's kind of lining up to our... That lines up to the thing that we put there. But then I'd like to connect these all together, right? So that would have... Let's go back. Let's figure out these struts. I'm feeling good about the struts now. Come on. Come on, you tell me. Oh. What did I do? Training center is gonna really... Oh, why is that one so big now? Or is that just an optical illusion? That's an optical illusion because it was so close to the camera. All right. Not doing it. Let's go back to the beams. Let's see if we can... You know what? You know what I bet would have been a better idea? Let's put the beams out first and then connect them to the beams? No, they just don't want... There's something fundamental about building a rocket that I don't understand. Who would have seen that coming? All right, well, you know what? I can get it to connect like that, so... Is that even connected? Is it? That still says 0.81. Wait, that's 0.85. Was that going up in real time? Is it? That's 0.81 still. I don't know that we're adding any. Let's try adding a ton of engines. .007. I don't think we're gonna get there, guys. I would like them to, you know, face straight up and down. I feel like... Can I build... What? What did that just do? How does that work? A rocket on top of a rocket? That's Wile E. Coyote things. Does that mean it would, like, pop that one off? Let's get rid of some of these balls. I think we got too many balls. Let's just... We'll start over. We got our little command pod. Let's go with... I mean, I don't even know where we don't need that much fuel anyway, right? Natron B says, I'm not sure JeffM has ever seen a rocket. I've seen rockets. I just haven't tried to build one. There's a big difference between seeing them. Let's go with this. That's a little more manageable, I feel like. And we just need one, because we just need to get out of orbit. That's better than we could hope, right? Let's see. Engines. We're still doing hydrogen, because that seems like a good idea. Okay, 0.4. That's a more modest challenge to overcome. Now there was, let's see, engine mounts. I still wish I understood. That doesn't really seem like it gives me that much more room. Are the smaller rockets, like, would I make up any difference by adding a ton of little rockets to this? It also just... Oh boy, no, that's not what we want. We want... No, come on, what is this? Can I undo? Is that a thing? Undo is a thing, so that's good. I'm sure the training center, guys, is going to give us so many answers. There we go. I don't know why it made a giant cone the first time. So let's see, that's 0.069. That's 0.063. 0.058. We're not going to have enough room. 0.053. Why is this just so inefficient? Okay. Let's undo those. Undo. Can we fit multiple large? If we just offset it. That didn't connect. That's not. Okay. We want to at least have it explode, right? Let's see. Payloads? What's a payload? Hanson was like, hey, you should play Kerbal Space Program too. I was like, I don't know if that's going to be entertaining because I think it's going to be very technical. I don't even know if I'll be able to get to the point where I could blow up a rocket. He was like, you gotta do it. You gotta, it's gonna be so entertaining. So I was like, okay, we'll see, Hanson. And we're in the process of seeing it right now. I just need something to build this base out so that I can stick a bunch of rockets onto it, is what I'm thinking. I'm just a small town country lawyer, but... Oh, landing wheels. I guess I didn't think about landing wheels either. Heat shield. This all sounds very important. Antenna we don't need. Decouplers. Docking ports. We're not getting that far. Engine mounts. You know? Seems like it should be an engine mount. Beams. What do beams do? I have not had any luck with beams. Add some beams in there. We just put a beam on there. Body. What does a body do? What's a body do? This is all getting warmer, that one dude says. Okay. I appreciate you letting me flounder. So if we got a body. All right. So now we'll connect the engines to the body, right? Just a big old engine. Yeah. That looks safe. That made it less efficient. I don't know that I trust their word on that. That looks more efficient to me. Nightbot says, subscribe to the MinnMax Show podcast on your favorite podcast app. And that one dude says, I'm trying not to backseat. It's fun to see how people approach this. You can backseat a little. We're not gonna kick you out if you wanna tell me what the hell tool I should be using. See, we added a body, but I feel like I gotta build it out further. Ooh. Hello. Do the same thing on this one, please. Multiple bodies. Can we now add more bases to the bodies? Oh, it looks like you want to do it. What is this? I can just add it like a... That's not gonna work. Maybe we'll add a couple more bases and get our... Yeah, right there. You get me, Kerbal. You get me. I wonder what the Kerbals are doing right now. The ones that were training to become astronauts. Are they all handing in their resignations right now? Okay, is that far enough out? Is my question. that now we can fit 3 honkin' ass hydrogen. That's 1. Yeah, boy. It's not efficient at all. Do they need their own fuel? Do we need to add more fuel? Like maybe just smaller ones? Nope, that just made it less efficient. We're making it worse. We're making the problem worse. Can we hook these up with fuel lines or something? Cargo bays. I'm shocked that this isn't going better. I really thought that skipping training and going straight into building a rocket would be easier. Solid fuel boosters. Did we just need more? Were boosters the answer the entire time? No, that's even less. Our thrust to weight just keeps going further and further down. Fuel boosters. Oh, smoking hot, that one dude said. So the boosters? We want boosters? Should I? Instead of having these, do we just want giant boosters on the bottom? Do the boosters... do the boosters burn their own... This just... You say I'm smoking hot, but typically... Oh, there we go. That did it. All this extra crap. Oop. Nope, put that back on. I didn't think we'd get there, but it was the boosters the whole time. So, my takeaway from this is that the fuel is probably just for when you're already in space. Although they told me the only 3 things I needed, they said, was a command pod, a fuel tank, and an engine. They didn't say anything about boosters. But here we are. It's still a mystery. I'm sure training will answer all our questions. Let's put 2 of these on. Now see, this is... What's so confusing about this to me is adding that one on. We were at 1.73, which is good enough to go. But then when I tried to make it a little more symmetrical and add even more boosters, we went up, what, 0.5? So if we add another one by that logic, this is all very small incremental. That's not exactly. Hopefully they have some symmetrical tools. Symmetry mode. Oh, hello. I want all... Oh, hello. That's what I should have been doing. Get this out of here. Yes, give me that sweet symmetry. There we go. All right. Folks, we got a rocket, I feel like. That'll get us to space. Now, I feel like... What little I know about rockets, I feel like we wanted decouplers for some of this. because once the boosters burn off, see right there, it says this is perfect for dropping spent fuel boosters. So we probably, what size was this? This was a medium, I think. Were the boosters mediums? Boosters are mediums. See, I'm one step ahead. I'm not. Let's get those off for a sec. Let's add some decouplers. And then connect them to the decouplers. That looks right. There we go. Those are on those couplers. Decouplers. We got it. All right. This is looking pretty good. We're kind of in front of the doorway. I'm sure they got a, you know, a ramp that goes around or whatever. This looks good. I think we're ready. We gotta plan our trip. Here we go. Round trip. We're bringing them back. Don't worry. I can't really click on any of those. Oh, okay. These are all the different planets we can go to. So let's go to Bop. Let's go to surface. Maybe a one-way trip then. I don't know why I can't click any of these. So maybe we won't set it. Oh boy. Some of these look pretty. Here we go. This looks important. Who should we send to die? Bill, Jebediah. Welcome aboard, sir. Hutzer, let's do doodling. If anything goes wrong, you're gonna want doodling there. And either Munrim or Mumrin, hard to say, at 720p. Crowboy says Bill will be the first one to die with a salute. I know what that symbol means. Camerican says, I have this on while working on other stuff. Every time I look up, the rockets look completely different. Yeah, you know what? We've learned a lot, and it's self-taught, just like all the true NASA astronauts. That one dude says, love this. You're doing genuinely better than a lot of people at this point would without the tutorial. My cousin couldn't grasp the idea of needing to drop weight after the boosters are empty. I've seen enough, just the bare minimum amount of sci-fi, I guess, to know that much. I've seen a lot of sci-fi, but I picked up the bare minimum in terms of lessons from it. Now, I'm going to hit that launch button, I think. Let's do it. Are we ready to fly? Here are a few pointers. Who needs a PhD in physics? Crowboy asks. Absolutely. Oh, look, we can see them. That's going to be tragic. Here are a few pointers. This element. Okay, I'm actually piloting this thing? Is that what's going on? Flight cluster contains all of your flight controls and information. I thought I just pressed the launch button and it goes up in the air and explodes, but apparently there's more to it than that. Okay, that's flight. Speed up or pause time. That's good. Still move your camera when you're paused. That's great. Staging stack. Shows the order in which your rocket parts will activate. Remember that the first stage is at the bottom. Okay, so those are all the decouplers that will go off. Gotcha. If you'd like to learn how to fly in a safe simulated environment, yeah, we're not interested in any of this. Thank you. All right. Safe travels, little buddies, just Loach says. Rich says you've got this, JeffM. We're ready. Look, that's a beaut of a... I don't know how they got him in there, if that's the front door. I don't think there's back doors on a shuttle. All right. We're ready. Folks, here it goes. First step. Jebediah is looking good. Yeah, let's get them all on there. Oh, this is going to be so tragic. What's this? Lights button? Oh, turn the lights on. That's good. Oh, it's pretty bright, so let's turn them right back off. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Richback Games asks if the shuttle's insured. I'm sure it is. The Kerbals know what they're doing. They got accountant Kerbals, right? All right, we are go for launch. Let's do it. Godspeed, young Kerbals. We've successfully landed. It was a successful landing. It seems like nobody died, Crowboy says. That's right. That one dude says bottom stage was your decouplers, not your engine. What anticlimactic gotcha. See, they uh-oh. Uh-oh. That might not be good. That might not be good. That's probably gonna be fine. We just let that burn out. While I look at the other buttons we got here. Yeah, it's fine. This is all fine. I think that that's vertical speed. Okay. See, the problem is we've already decoupled our boosters, so we should probably turn off the camera crews. We send the media home. How do we stop this farce? This is the real question. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, everything's looking good. Revert to launch. There we go. We'll get this. We'll get this. At least it didn't blow up on the launch pad, right? That's a plus. Okay, so our decouplers. Can we move them up? It goes from the bottom to the top, right? So we want you, my friend. We want all the rockets to go off first. No. Cherry Stomach says, do you have any real-life rocket building experience, Jeff? Yeah, I built a little rocket when I was in, like, elementary school, and it shot up, you know, to the moon, I think. How do I... See, the ironic part is if I hadn't added the decouplers, we probably would have been fine. Everyone would have died because of the mistake eventually, but we would have gotten off the launch pad, I feel like. So... what we really need is the training center, obviously, but barring that, object cycling. We need to change the order of things that. Oh, we don't want to abort. We can still figure this out. So what we need to do, it's got to be something down here. 2. Can we add the couplers to 2 instead? Wait. Oh, okay. We're getting closer. So now can we... Okay, so we got the rockets down here. I think we want the decouplers. Well, what's in number 2 then? What are these? Are those the boosters going off? We would want the boosters first. Solid engine. Okay, that looks promising. So these are all the boosters. They'll fire first. What about the main? Should we put the main engine in there too? Main engine. There we go. And then the boosters next. I think I got this. Let's see. Compete in Trivia Tower to win prizes and unlock the podcast version, the deepest dive, MinnMax spoilers, MinnMax interviews, and more over on patreon.com/MinnMax. We all know that. Nightbot says the same thing again, 3 comments down. Why? General Jackass says, can you click the little green plus that pops up? Yes, everybody telling me what I should have been doing. But I figured it out. We got there. I think this is right. I think we're ready for another countdown. Godspeed, our young friendly Kerbals to space. Oh my god, no countdown! They didn't even do the countdown that time. We got this. All right. See those guys? It just happened, folks. We're getting there. Look at this. Look at this. Love it. We're doing it. Crowboy asks, now what? And that's a great question. If I press the go button again, I believe that will release the couplers, and I can see that we're chugging because we're in serious simulation mode now. So we can release the couplers when we want to. We'll wait till we're in space for that, though. We're almost out of fuel. Yeah, look how happy those guys are. We're almost out of fuel for our boosters, so I feel like as soon as they're out of fuel, we want to ditch those suckers. Oh, there we go. Yes! There we go. There we go. This looks good. This does not look good. No, change course, folks. Oh no. Oh no, Krobay says. Did we give them Did we give them anything to control their direction? Let's see. Normal? No. What does the last button do? What does go do? Haven't we used all our goes? They're still happy. Crowboy points out. Oh, wait. General Jackass says you can use WASD plus Q and E to steer manually. And he says the rocket tail pivots let you do that. Am I making this worse? They're still very happy. Oh boy. I think I've added an extra axis of rotation. Let's see. It's really hard to tell. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get this to stop spinning. Nope. Nope. What is that thing out there? Shift and control will control the thrust on this stage. Shift and... Oh, okay, okay. So now... Okay. Maybe we've already used half of our fuel, so maybe I should figure this out first. General Jackass says, or you can select one of the vectors around the rotating ship icon. One of these. One of those. Is that normal? Radial in, retrograde. What is anti-normal? Oh, no. Wait. He says there's a green icon that looks like a target reticle top right. Prograde? Oh, that does look like we're... Well... Prograde is the point forward one. Do I have a destination we're going? Is the other question. Because I don't know that I actually set one. All these guys are gonna die in space. That's a terrible way to go. Okay, so prograde. Oh, we're kind of going straight now. Hit M real quick. Oh boy. Okay, map view. That's where we are, I guess. That looks bad. Where? Okay. This is map view, which shows you the positions and flight paths of every vehicle, object, and celestial body, no matter how far it is from home. Okay. Zoom in, double click to focus on any object. If you select a point at a vehicle's trajectory, you can place a maneuver plan. This lets you predict the outcome of a future maneuver and tells you when and how to perform. What is... That looks really troubling. What is this? Default name? Yeah, I know the training center will tell us all this. Oh boy. Is that... Wait, is that our... Are those our guys? Let's pause it for a sec. We're gonna pause. They said we could pause at any time. What is this? Okay. General Jackass says maybe a good first target is to make a stable orbit. So right now the blue arc is saying you'll go way far from Earth, then crash back into it. Now he says, oh, you're going so fast you'll leave Earth's gravity completely. What is this giant... Is this us? Or is that what tells us we're going to leave Earth's gravity? These are all the questions. These are all just great questions. That would be... Oh, went to the tracking station. We don't want to be in the tracking station. That's not where the action's happening. Yeah, you can tell us about the tracking station later. That the moon? I think... Are we trying to get to the moon? Let's... Check. Okay, so is this gray... our path that we're taking? What is this? Create a maneuver plan. Wait, is this us? I hope that's not us. What is this? Okay. That one dude says, that's showing the point where you'll be under the influence of another body's gravity. In this case, the sun. So that's probably not what we're going for. Oh, I see. Okay, so we're still well within the sphere of... Oh, there's the moon. We should go to the moon. Let's set that as the target. There we go. We'll just go to the moon. You guys want to go to the moon, right? General Jackass says the gray one is the tracking path of what you jettisoned, i.e. the boosters. Oh. This is all making perfect sense. So this all makes perfect sense. I'm gonna keep saying that until I believe it. Okay, so we said let's go to the moon. And now is he gonna go to the moon because of the prograde directions? Okay, so the grays are the boosters. That makes sense. Is the other one us? And what is I2? I2? Oh. Oh boy, I did it. You've added a maneuver plan. Maneuver plans predict the results of a burn and set an orientation and duration. Once you've placed a plan, you can use it as your guide for your next maneuver. Training center. We got it. Hey guys. Flying spaceships, flying rocket ships is apparently pretty complicated. And I kind of feel terrible now that we have these poor start burning, okay, in an hour and 13 minutes. So we got time to figure it out. But does it know that the maneuver is that I want to go to the moon? How do I maneuver to the moon is the real question. Because I'm seeing a lot of lines right now, guys. We got yellow lines. That one dude says, it'll make sense once you hit the blue and see what you've done to those poor Kerbals. Well, that's how you learn, right? Delete maneuver. Or warp to the maneuver. It really seems like my maneuver is just shooting straight towards the giant blue area, which is the edge of our orbit. Is that correct? But what we really want to do is we just want to hang a left and go to the moon. And then celebrate on the moon. I want those guys to be happy on the moon. Let's speed up time by like 16. Let's see how that goes. Hang a left. Rich bad at game repeats. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, that's too fast. Okay. And what does the go button do? What did that do? What did that do? Should we just speed it up? I mean, this is beautiful. It looks beautiful. But maybe we should be conserving our fuel since we're almost out of it. Oh, that one dude says it was a blank stage. That's right, I had one. I had an extra one. Yeah, we'll just, you know, back off on the thrusters a little bit there. Niner. Let's proceed to the moon. Foxtrot whiskey. Okay, let's warp to the maneuver that we were gonna do. Go ahead and do it. Show me what the maneuver was, because I'm still confused. Oh wait, what? What did that say? Approaching partial out of fuel orbit event. Is that what the event was? When I run out of fuel? Well, let's just delete that event. We're doing better than the boosters were. Jerbius says, what is the goal at the moment? This is one of the problems. I couldn't figure out how to set a flight plan. How to select one. So we just kind of launched. And honestly, I mean, I feel like we already got the W under the belt because we're in space. We got off of the planet. Kerbin's way back there. It would have been nice to go to the moon, but I'm kind of counting that as like a bonus objective, you know? Main objective, mission accomplished. That one dude says the fun thing is to go back later once you've learned a bunch and do rescue missions to recover these early crews. Are you saying we're not going to make it back? Yeah. People are pointing out that we're out of fuel. You know, this is why I wanted the giant hydrogen balls. But we couldn't... And I guess we could have. Once I figured out how to put the boosters on, that probably... it would have been more... Do they... They don't need food or anything, right? General Jackass says, I'm not sure being lost in space forever is a better fate than the boosters. At least the boosters will make it home. You know, they're happy right now. They still look pretty happy. I'm not sure about this guy. Can I... Does that launch him out of the ship? Should we send them all out of the ships? That one dude says, honestly, that was a great start. That craft would have gotten into orbit easy. Crowboy says, you're going to have to tell their families what happened. I don't speak Kerbal is the problem with that. So I'm sure we can hire someone. We'll get them. We can do a rescue mission at some point. Jerby says you can turn on infinite fuel in the settings if you want to try and save them. You know what? I feel like we've cheated quite a bit. Okay, so we can no longer change his course. We sped up time. Hold on, let's see what she's saying though. If you'd like to make another attempt at this flight, you can return to launch. Or launch a rescue mission to dock with it. Yeah. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it all out eventually. Now, where... Oh boy. Did we just orbit the sun super fast? Okay. Are those guys still... Are they still there? So it looks like we're in an endless orbit around the sun right now. Is that what I'm seeing? Which one is Kerbal's planet? I feel like we lost... Oh, that was Bop. That was where we were trying to go. Is it this one? Nope, that's Drez. Was it... It wasn't Minas, right? What is Minas? None of these look right. It was just called... It's called Kerbal, isn't it? Or something like that? Elo Pole. Drez, Duna, Minas, Gilly. I think that's Moho. Kerbin is the third one out from the star. Minas? Is the name Minas? Oh boy. There it is. Minas must be... is that another moon? Do they have multiple moons? Where is that? What are you? I don't think I can get any closer. That looks like a moon. Okay. So, this is our planet. That's fine. And our guys are kind of a long ways away. Although we're getting closer. So if we just wait for the planet to circle around, then we'd be super close. Right? Will the... Here's a question for you guys. Will the... And I don't know why... That's the map. So that's where they are. They're going around this line. Will our planet's orbit affect? Looks like it's a pretty small circle for the orbit. Hit the home button to reset the camera. Where is there a home button? Does anyone... I'm going to need to know where the home button is. General Jackass says those Kerbals have been stranded in space for nearly 2 years. Oh, the home key on the... It doesn't seem to... Oh, wait. Nope. I'm sure this instills a lot of confidence in my Kerbals out there, who, as General Jackass points out, have been out there for 2 years. Home button doesn't seem like it's doing anything for me, unfortunately. Are they dead? Is that what's happening? They don't want me to see their little skeletons there? Do they have lifespans? Rich asks if they call it the sun. It looks like they... Well, I don't know if that's that spot. Kerbal? Kerbal and Kerbin? Oh, see, we were so close. Oh, boy. Really ramps up there. Almost 3 years. So if we wait, eventually we're going to line up. See, look. It's getting close. Nope, not this year. Not this year, folks. Come back another time. Are they dead? Rich says it's just dark. Can I turn on their lights? That doesn't do any. That one dude says, oh God, they don't have power for lights. They're sitting in the dark for years. You know what? They knew. Yeah, lights don't work anymore. Guys, will they... Can I come back? Can I come back to this? Can I tell them, like, hey, after we go to the training center and we learn how to do rockets, we'll come back and save you guys? Is that a thing that we can do? You can come back and save them. How do I leave without... We definitely want to save this because I feel like we're halfway there. Okay, let's save it. MinnMax our go. Yeah, this is going... It's really going great. And we don't want to revert, but we do want... That one dude says revert to the VAB, but let's just do the training center, and if they're still out there, we can go check them out. Space is the place. We'll do some of this. We got time to do some of this. How do rockets work? Your game will be paused. Sure. I feel like we kind of know how the rockets work. It was the stuff that came after that. That was a little... General Jackass says Kerbals don't die from a lack of food and water, but at this point they wish they could. You know, they seem very optimistic. I'm sure they don't mind.
So you want to get to space. Have you tried rockets? Rockets use fuel and engines to create thrust, which propels them forward. When a fuel tank is empty, it is dropped to stay as lightweight as possible, allowing the rocket to go even faster.
We did that.
These tanks, as well as other expendable parts of a rocket, are called stages. Different stages do different things. Often the first stage is very powerful, with just enough fuel to get the vehicle through the atmosphere. The second stage usually has a low-thrust engine that, while not as powerful, is more fuel efficient.
We had that.
After dropping the heavier first stage and leaving the atmosphere, the second stage engine pushes the much lighter second stage to orbital speed.
We didn't get there. And then we weren't even close to being ready for
On a flight to space,
landing.
the final stage parachutes back down to the surface, ideally in one piece.
That all makes perfect sense. We've learned that, it says. That's generous. Generous idea. General Jackass says, okay, so we went into space and we don't know how to get you home. I guess we'll take a look at some tutorials while you drift through space a while longer. Hey, sometimes that does happen at NASA. I saw Apollo 13.
Today you'll be launching into the virtual skies over KSC, where you'll learn how to control a rocket.
Perfect.
Let's learn how to rotate the flight camera. That way,
Oh,
you'll
we
see
know.
them
Yep.
Great. You can also zoom. Nice.
Yep.
Go ahead and pick. Your rocket is ready for launch.
We knew
Every
all
launch
this.
starts with a big green button and lots of fire.
Yeah, let's
Once that launch
speed
is
it up.
looking good, ascend to 1,000 meters, and then we'll learn some control. Okay, you're a kilometer up. You can still crash, but you'll have more time to correct your course if you start pointing at the ground.
We did that.
Let's learn some rock. When flying a rocket or a plane, we have specific terms for moving.
Ooh.
Pitch tilts your rocket's nose up and
Oh
down.
boy. Oh boy. We're on time 3 speed now, so that makes sense. They're telling me to point it downwards. That seems like a mistake, but she's telling me to do it, so
While it's technically true that space is in all directions, it's very difficult to take a shortcut through the ground.
that's what she
Let's try
wanted.
that again.
I listened to the computer. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. This is our future, you know? I assume that the AI knows what it's doing, so I just do what it does.
Welcome to the launch pad. As you embark on your, let's learn how to.
No, we
great.
already
You
did
can
all
also
this.
Zoom the camera. Nice. Go ahead and
Yeah.
pick your rocket is ready for launch. Every good launch looking good. Ascend to 1,000 meters, and then we'll learn. Okay, you're a kilometer. When flying
Yep.
a rocket or a plane, we have specific terms for moving. Pitch tilts your rocket's nose up and down.
This is exactly what you're asking me to do. Look at this. Wormhole Extreme says, "Are you saying that tutorials are teaching you the wrong way to do things?" Look, it's telling me. You can see it right there. Press W to pitch your rocket's nose downward. I did it. I don't know what else they want from this tutorial. We're out of fuel now. No, don't lower the wait time. That one dude asks if ×3 is breaking the prompts, which might be the case. Well, they landed that time. Okay. Oh no. We're back in space with our... I didn't mean to leave the training center. All right. We'll try that one more time. Oh, no. I pressed the wrong one. We did this one. This is a disaster, folks. We'll try it one more time. We'll do it on their super slow speed. No, we're done. Thank you. Next tutorial. Wormhole Extreme says, not like this game is very buggy. Yeah, I can imagine. An indie super space sim might have some kinks, just like NASA.
You can also zoom the camera in and out.
Okay, yep.
Nice. Go ahead.
We're gonna do things the way you want this time. No problem.
Launch starts with a big green button and lots of fire. Looking good. Ascend to 1,000 meters, and then we'll learn some controls. Okay, you're a when flying a rocket or a plane, we have specific terms for moving. Pitch tilts your rocket. Nice pitch.
There we
Now
go.
pitch up until you're flying straight up.
Define straight up. Is that it? It seems like we're past straight up. Folks, this is the second tutorial. I don't know how I can be more straight up than this.
Let's move on. Yaw steers your rocket left and right. Try it now. Now yaw to the left to straighten up. Excellent. Now for the final control. That's the basics of rocket flight. Feel free to experiment with the controls. We can move on.
So glad we did that like 5 times. Wormhole Extreme points out that when I said we were going straight up, it would be straight down in Australia. So
you want to get to space. It's time to make a simple rocket requires 4 crucial components. A command module.
Oh, the parachute. They didn't mention that the first time.
Let's start by learning how a command module allows us to control our vessel. As long
as
for this lesson, we're going to make a small... Great! It doesn't look like much, but it's a promising start. How about that one? Rocketry Weekly calls it good. Notice the part is one. Now that's beginning to look like a rocket. Well,
We figured all this stuff out.
We need an engine. Here at the KSP, we have 4 different types of engines. Launcher, sustainer, orbital, and deep space engines. Now let's add the sustainer engine to the fuel tank.
Okay.
Excellent! Our rocket is looking pretty great. We just need one final touch. As is, our rocket can absolutely take flight. But if we want our one Kerbal... Now, all we need to do is put it... Congratulations!
We missed
You've
that.
just built a rocket. Are you sure you haven't done this before?
We have done it before. Our Kerbals are out there right now. They need help. You're wasting our time with the how to build a rocket. I need the how to rescue a rocket tutorial. Rich says, I respect JeffM's strategy of teaching himself how to play, then doing the tutorial. Yeah.
As you start to build rockets, you'll want to see your designs from other angles. Let's learn how to
Okay.
first. Let's
Yeah, we know.
Great. Now let's pan the camera up. You can also focus your camera at a specific part. If you want to view your rocket from the top, front, or sides, switch to blueprint mode. If you ever get lost in the VAB, you can always reset the camera.
Gotcha. Press the home key, not the home key again.
Nice.
Okay.
Now you can get at those hard-to-reach parts of your rocket.
We're getting there, guys. People talking about how people missed the tutorial in Elden Ring because they were afraid to jump in the hole.
Your rocket's
I jumped straight in that hole.
Take it out for a little hop. Let's move this rocket to a launch. Welcome to the launch pad. Today you'll be flying straight up. Your rocket should
Skip
be
it, go.
fine with your rocket needs all its parts. Please try again.
Oops. I pressed the button too many times. That's okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's okay. We can recover from this. There we go. Oh, that's a pretty puny thruster. Let's just deploy the parachute. There we go. Speed it up. This is going to be a successful one, right? There we go. We just had to get low enough for the air to fill it up. It looks like we're headed for water, but they're designed to... Look at this! You're gonna be fine! Let's see this splashdown. This is gonna be worth it. Here we come. Here we come. Get ready. Get ready. Slow it down. Oh. Okay. Was that exciting? Crowboy asks, is it too late to use the parachute for the stranded crew? Yeah, we never gave them one to begin with. They said we needed 3 things, okay? They said 3 things, not 4. The parachute was the 4th one. Nightbot, subscribe to MinnMax Show Podcast for your favorite podcast app. If I could strand a bot out in the depths of space.
Let's take it out for a little hop.
Okay.
Let's move this rocket to a launch pad. Welcome to the launch pad. Today
Yep.
you'll be flying straight up. Your rocket should do fine without any steering inputs. But if things get out of line somehow, feel free to intervene.
Why would they get out of line? Can we see the Kerbal in there?
You've cleared the launch tower and your flight is underway. Let's learn about staging. Rockets are constructed in sections.
We
called
figured that out.
stages. Each stage is on your right. You'll find the staging stack. It displays all of the functions contained in each stage. Every time you select the Go button, you'll activate a new stage. Each stage's fuel supply is shown on a bar next to the stage. Your active stage, stage 1, still has a little fuel in it. When it
Go!
your first stage
Oh,
is
come on,
out,
you didn't need to pause it.
all
I knew it.
it's doing is ready. Hit go to lose that mass.
We're so far ahead of you. Oh, look! There he is! Oh, there he is.
Congratulations, you're nearly to space,
She.
and your next set of fuel tanks are empty. Now is a good time to drop them.
Okay.
Activate the next. Your capsule will now continue coasting up. All that's left to do is gaze back down at Kerbal and wonder if you remembered to lock your car. Nice work.
Wow. Did it. I'm not... Are they just going straight into space forever? I'm not rescuing another one. We've already got 5 lives on our hand. Kerboy asks, can I rename a Kerbal to Nightbot? That's a great question. We'll send that one. We'll load that one up with rockets and point it at the tarmac.
Your capsule has a lot of momentum. If you're
But remember that you can follow on Twitch,
look at your ultimate.
follow MinnMax on
They're
Twitch
so
and subscribe to our
high, you can
channel.
see the
Remember, you
curve
get a
of the
free
horizon.
sub with Twitch Prime. We haven't mentioned that yet, so good on you, Nightbot. Altimeter, right? Okay.
Rocketry involves a lot of waiting between the cool explosions. You can speed up time by
You know
selecting
that.
the time warp controls at the bottom of your screen. Check out your altimeter. You're about to start falling back down. Let's slow down and enjoy the view. Great job. You're now a master of time. Try not to...
I'm sure those 5 Kerbals in the dead of space, in the dark, appreciate that we're just learning about speeding up time.
What goes up must come down. Wind resistance will slow down your capsule's descent, but not enough to prevent it from turning into a bunch of tiny capsules when it lands. That's why we've attached a... If you deploy your parachute... Okay, you're low enough to activate the... Hit go to pop your chute.
We got it. We got it.
Nice work. The parachute will trail your capsule for a bit without fully opening. Once you've slowed down enough, your parachute is now fully deployed and slowing the capsule to a safe velocity. Congratulations! If this were real, you'd find celebratory snacks in the VAB kitchen.
I think pressing the time button seems to break the tutorials. Just universally. Oh boy. You don't have to remind us. Okay, so that was all the space ones. That's great. Missing the ground. Miss the ground and make an orbit. Learn how to use the... That is impossible to read. Stack decoupler. This is 720p. I mean, I assume some people are playing at 720p. And I don't know how they're doing it. Let's see. Radial boosters. Can we... I guess we better just do them.
Missing the ground. If you want to visit space for more than a couple of minutes, you'll need to get to orbit. An object is in orbit when it's moving sideways so quickly that even as gravity causes it to fall, it keeps missing the ground. As long as that object isn't slowed down by anything, it follows the same path every time it goes around the body it's orbiting. Forever. If that
Like
object is
our
a Kerbal,
Kerbals,
it's recommended that they bring lots of
orbiting in the sun right now.
So since your goal is to move horizontally at a high speed, why not launch sideways? On Kerbin, the atmosphere is like a thick soup. You waste a lot of fuel trying to fly through it horizontally. By launching vertically, you cut through the thickest part of the atmosphere as quick as possible. Most orbital rockets begin tilting toward the horizon soon after they leave the launch pad. This maneuver, called a gravity turn, uses the planet's gravity to turn the ship and reduces the amount of fuel needed to achieve a stable orbit. When launching near the equator, your gravity turns should point toward the east, since your vehicle gets a free boost from the planet's rotation. Thanks, planet!
Incredible.
Once a vehicle is moving quickly enough that its arc will take it above the atmosphere, it
We're learning
shuts down
actual
its engines
science
and
now.
coasts to space. Once it nears the top of that arc, the vehicle needs to fire its engines a second time to keep itself from falling back down to the planet. Doing this turns that arc into a nice big circle. Congratulations! You've missed the ground.
We didn't do any of that last stuff. Wormhole says, so this is how Bill Nye got smart. He played Kerbal. kids. We didn't have this kind of stuff when I was a kid. We were jumping on
When you're
turtles.
making a rocket, it's often easiest to work top to bottom.
That's what we
Lowering
did.
each stage to carry the weight of everything above it. To give you a head start, I've already placed an upper stage, perfect for maneuvering in the vacuum of space. It could use another, more powerful stage to push it up to space from Kerbin's surface. Anytime we intend to drop an empty
Decouplers.
stage after using all of its fuel, we connect it to the stick. Add that decoupler to the bottom of your rocket. We need to attach a larger, more powerful lower stage to the bottom of your rocket. To keep things simple, I've whipped up a new lower stage in another workspace.
Oh, wow.
You could, out in the real world, this list would show all of your saved workspace. Now that the lower stage has been merged into your current workspace, you can see it next. Perfect! Merging is a very powerful tool. Anytime you want to reuse a particular booster, lander, or other element from an existing rocket,
We're getting there. We're getting up to speed. It's like Neo, just I'm absorbing all of the information. In another 20 minutes, I'll look at the camera and say, I know space rockets.
space rockets sometimes need an extra boost. In a rare case of rocket scientists naming something well, these additional rocket engines are called boosters.
Burn.
Boosters are attached to the sides of a vehicle to keep them out of the way of the main engines. So, we'll start by attaching 4 radial decouplers. that
Symmetry
will
button?
eject
I
and
figured
connect
that.
Boosters when they're empty. To make sure that these decouplers are evenly spaced and aligned with one another, great! Now when you place a part on one side of your rocket, 3 more evenly spaced duplicates will appear around
We
the
figured
rocket.
that out.
Good. Now attach it as shown. Perfect.
Figured all this
now
out
you've got
on
4
our own.
radial decouplers exactly where they need to be. Let's attach those solid fuel boosters. Since you're still in 4x symmetry mode, simply attach this booster to one of the decouplers you just placed. Great job! You've finished your orbital rocket. You can symmetrically place up to 8 parts.
Rich Bad at Game says you've come so far in one session. General Jackass says those stranded Kerbals have gone pretty far too. But you know, they're going in a circle, so
Before you launch a
it gets
rocket,
it gets
you need to
worse
plan
and then
the
it gets
order of
better
your
and then it
staging
gets
events.
worse depending on where
Nobody wants
the
to
planet
start out
is.
their flight by popping their parachute, right? Most
Staging
parts that
events.
can
We
be
could have
staged
used
are
this.
automatically assigned to stages. Their activation order can be seen in the staging stack. You can change when staging events occur by moving them between stages.
Gotcha.
The staging order begins at the bottom of the staging stack. You want your boosters and main engine to fire together for maximum thrust. The solid fuel boosters are currently in the second stage. If we don't change anything, the boosters will ignite late. Your solid fuel boosters burn very
Gotcha.
hard and very fast, so they will run out of fuel first. Now move all 4 radial decouplers from stage 4 to your new stage. All done. Your remaining stages are set up so that stage 4 will activate your
We did all
orbits.
this. They're still telling us stuff we already know.
All right, we're ready to light this candle. In this flight, you're going all the way to orbit.
Stable orbit,
I'll walk
that's
you
what
through
we
the
missed.
process of launching, executing a gravity turn to get moving sideways, coasting to orbital altitude. Before we begin, let's talk about the nav ball. The nav ball shows your vehicle's orientation relative to the horizon. The blue half of the ball represents the sky, and the brown half represents the ground. The level indicator at the center shows your vehicle's orientation. When you turn, the ball turns. When you roll, the ball rolls. Assuming you want your rocket pointed at the sky, you'll want to see lots of blue on the nav ball. If you get confused, remember this rhyme. If the nav ball's brown, you're going down.
Is that how they teach real
At
astronauts?
launch, you
Does
want
everything
all
have to
your
rhyme?
engines at maximum thrust, which means you need to set your throttle at 100%. Your solid fuel boosters are way ahead of you on this. They have no setting other than full throttle, and they can't be shut off once they're lit. Once you hit the go button, they'll go full tilt until they run out of fuel. Still, you can see your main throttle here. Left shift gradually increases your throttle. Left control gradually decreases your throttle. Z and X instantly set your throttle to 100 or 0% respectively. Left click on the throttle will set its level where you clicked. Your fuel levels are visible within the stage
Boom.
stack.
We got it.
You can see that your main engine and 4 boosters are all topped off and ready to rumble. It's time to go. At the start, all you need to do is fly straight up. I'll check back in with you once those boosters are empty. Good luck.
Wormhole says it's also how they teach
All right,
toilet training.
Solid fuel boosters are empty. It's time to start your gravity turn. A gravity turn uses the pull of the planet's gravity to help bend your vertical ascent into a horizontal arc. It's the first step to entering orbit. For our first flight to orbit, we're going to start our gravity turn up to where the air is thin, at an altitude of around 10,000 meters. To show you where to aim your rocket, I've placed a target marker on your nav ball.
Rich says I missed the triple balls. Yeah, I feel like we should go back at the end of this and build a new rocket. A triple ball rocket. Okay, let's see.
First, we need to get to 10,000 meters.
We're almost there.
You're going to yaw towards the east so that the target marker is in the center of the nav ball. Your vessel and nav ball should look like this example video if you're performing the gravity turn correctly.
Yeah, I can yaw. I can yaw with the best of them. Oh boy.
Way to make Kerbin's... Your current stage's fuel is empty. Let's drop it and act. Great job! Your rocket is on its way to orbit. As you gain experience, you can make your gravity turns more efficient by starting to tilt your rocket soon after liftoff. Adjusting course with a series of small corrections instead of one big one will leave you with a lot more fuel when you get to orbit. Turning immediately after launch requires a very stable rocket, so if you ever have trouble keeping the pointy end up, you can try the simplified wait and turn method we use today.
Oh, we're gonna be turning. Gotcha. Coreboy says 10,000 meters is 6.2 miles for us dumb folks.
Right now, we're on a ballistic trajectory. If no further adjustments are made, your rocket will eventually fall back down to the ground. Our objective is to turn this arc into an orbit. The process of turning your trajectory into a circular orbit is called circularization. Partial credit to the rocket people on that one. It does have the word circle in it, but it's really hard to say. When planning and executing orbital maneuvers, you'll want to switch to map view, where you can see every part of your current... The blue arc passing through your vehicle is its current trajectory. The path your rocket will follow if you don't touch the controls anymore. Our goal is to make that arc into a circular orbit. After you've coasted nearly to the top of this arc, you're going to point forward, and then you're going to ignite your engine. If you time this burn right, you'll never quite get to the top of the arc, as it'll keep widening in front of you until it wraps all the way around the planet. Let's break that down a little more. The top of your arc has a helpful tag in map view. It's called the apoapsis, abbreviated as AP. You're going to max out your throttle before you pass this point.
Okay.
We're paused at just before the apoapsis. We want to go faster in the direction we're already moving, so we need to make sure our rocket is pointed forward. There's a handy marker on your nav ball called the prograde marker.
That one dude pointed that out for us.
Use the Stability Assist System, or SAS, to point your vessel at that marker. You're all lined up and ready to go. The next step is to go max throttle. Once your trajectory reaches all the way around the planet, you'll see another marker on your orbit. This is the periapsis, or PE, the lowest point in your orbit. It'll always live on the opposite side of your orbit from the apoapsis, or highest point. By burning prograde near your apoapsis, you increase the altitude of your periapsis, the lowest point on your orbit.
Okay. That makes sense.
Here's the most important thing to remember about setting up an orbit above an atmosphere. Your periapsis must be higher than the atmosphere, or your rocket will start to slow down every time it dips into the upper atmosphere. On Kerbin, that means every part of your orbit must be higher than 70 kilometers.
There we go.
Okay, your orbit is fully out of the atmosphere. Cut the throttle. You did it! You're in orbit! This is when I'd usually tell you to look under your seat in the simulator, where you'd find a delicious celebratory treat.
Good stuff.
Sadly, since the vending machine and the astrodynamics
All right.
broke down, it is
That all makes sense.
anywhere at KSC.
So now they're going to take us back to our tortured. So now we can look and see where they are. And it will all make sense. Oh, we just passed our apoapsis. And the periapsis is dangerously close to the sun. I apparently can't. Oh, wait, what? Not sure. I guess I can't zoom in anymore. But there we can see it. You know, this is probably this is actually probably like a super long distance, though. General Jackass says, oof, those Kerbals must be sweating when they're that close to the sun. Yeah, they get a good view, right? But hey, they're safe. That's the most important thing. As long as the periapsis is outside of whatever it's orbiting, then you're good to go. And that's our planet. We're leaving again. Okay. This is all making so much more sense. Hey, Nightbot says you should compete in Trivia Tower to win prizes and unlock the podcast version of the Deepest Dive, Max Spoiler, MinnMax interviews, and more over on patreon.com/MinnMax. Orbits. This is what we need. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Training center is a lot briefer than I expected. We're almost done. We have 2 more chapters.
Orbits are weird.
Okay.
Remember your orbiting baseball? What if you wanted to make its orbit higher? Well, it's a baseball, so grab your bat and try to hit the ball to a higher orbit. Your first thought might be to try to deflect the ball upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, hitting the ball upward bends its orbit so that it hits the ground before it can return to you. What you need to do is hit the ball in the direction it's already moving, adding to its already high velocity. Now that you've sped the ball up, why isn't it flying any higher? It just keeps whizzing by at the same height it always did. After all, I said that making it go faster would make it go higher. What gives? The ball is actually going higher, but it's going higher on the opposite side of the planet from where you're standing. You've raised its orbit, and you've learned the first lesson of orbital maneuvering. Your actions affect the opposite side of your orbit. Weird, huh? So your ball is moving faster, but it's still passing you at the same height. How do you get its orbit higher on this side of the planet? Now that you know how changes in velocity affect the other side of your orbit, you've got all you need. By adding velocity to the ball at the highest point in its orbit, you raise the lowest point in its orbit and make it circular again.
Oh my god. Rich Bad at Game says, I love these videos. Hope they put them up on YouTube. There's a lot packed in there. You could show this to a classroom of kids. Yeah, I never knew any of that. I would have pointed it up like a fool, and then I would have crashed on the other side of the
Equatorial orbit
planet.
is good, but if you want to travel beyond Kerbin, you will need to manipulate your orbit. Let's start with something simple, expanding an orbit. We do that by increasing the value of our apoapsis. Let's get a good view. Remember how you circularized your orbit by increasing your forward velocity?
I do.
To raise your orbit, you'll just do more of the same. It's time to burn prograde.
All right.
Now that we're pointed the right way, we can increase the throttle and watch our orbit expand.
Okay.
Ooh, cut the throttle. If you overdo it, you'll leave Kerbin's orbit entirely.
Okay.
Nice. That maneuver raised our orbit on the other side of Kerbin, so we will enter high orbit there. Waiting to reach a specific point can be as eventful as watching the neon stripes on your rover dry. The paint job will be worth it, but isn't it? Like I said earlier, the highest point of our orbit is called the apoapsis. The lowest point of our orbit is known as the periapsis. By default, your camera is focused on your vessel, so if you can't see either of these points, adjust your camera. Scroll the middle mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Double-click an object to center your camera on it. Excellent! You can time warp to any position on your trajectory by selecting a point on your vehicle's current path, and then selecting Time Warp to Point. Now you're way up in the sky, so high that if you circularize your orbit now, you'll be in high orbit. Wow, the black starry void looks so small from here.
Okay. All right. Easy. Easy peasy. We're one step closer to saving those guys.
From command pods to space probe cores, a lot of critical rocket parts use electric charge. You'll want to design your rocket so it can generate and store EC. Most rocket engines generate electric charge while active, but we'll still need a way to keep our batteries full while coasting between maneuvers. Solar panels convert Kerbal's light into EC for our rockets. Small solar panels can just be placed, but large solar panels are delicate and must only be deployed once we're out of the atmosphere. I've equipped this rocket with 2 deployable solar panels. Here's a hand crank. Get to work.
We should have given those Kerbals some solar panels.
Just kidding. There's a handy button that opens all of them with a single click. Give it a try. Great! The solar panels are now extended. Light tracking solar panels only rotate on one axis, so we may need to reorient our ship to point them fully at the sun. Let's make sure the panels are getting direct sunlight by rolling our ship a little bit.
Towards.
Excellent. The solar panels are soaking up all of those sweet photons and giving our rocket some much-needed EC. You can see the status of any solar panel within the part manager in the electrical parts menu. You can either access the app directly by clicking the app button, or you can right-click a part to directly access it in the part manager.
Okay. 100% exposure, great.
Getting EC is one thing, and storing it is another. Most command pods have a small battery, but many missions will call for additional EC storage. When we're traveling far from the sun or going to the dark side of a planet, more batteries means more peace of mind.
Oh, that's all a whole nother level of complexity that we're not going to master. And so hopefully
At some point, the
we
crew
won't
will
need
run
that
out
to
of
get our
space.
guys home.
Did you know a Kerbal is 99.9% more likely to crash when hungry? That's when it's time to head back down to Kerbin, a planet known for its plentiful snack options. First, let's get a better view for this operation. Remember how we burned prograde to raise our orbit? To lower our orbit, we burn in the opposite direction, retrograde. SAS can really help us out here, so let's turn that on. Now flip retrograde, All right, the rocket is aligned to retrograde. Increase the throttle and burn until our trajectory is just past the atmosphere. As we decelerate, watch what's happening to our periapsis. Once it enters the atmosphere, this rocket is on a path back to the ground. Don't ease off the throttle yet, though. We're gonna keep burning until our trajectory intercepts the ground. This should give us a good idea. That's it. Let's stop our burn. Now that we're on a collision course with Kerbin, we need to turn that collision into something more survivable. This process of crashing without dying is called landing. Our upcoming stage will activate a decoupler, dropping the engine and exposing a very important heat shield. Why don't you do that now?
We didn't give our Kerbals a heat shield either. Let's see. Discard the engine by staging the rocket. Gotcha.
Great. We're on our way down and our heat shield is exposed. Have you ever wondered what a marshmallow feels like when it catches on fire? You're about to find out.
So heat shields. Keep that in mind, guys. We need heat shields. Oh, there's... You guys are still out there. Let's check the map. Where are you guys? Yeah, you still got ways to go, don't you? There you go. Okay. It's okay. We'll let you guys keep going. We'll be back. We'll be back. We're almost there. Orbital transfers. Rich asks, weren't there originally 5 in there? They're still in there. You just have to maximize the window that shows them. Don't worry. Orbital transfers. Let's do it. Last four lessons, and then we'll be ready. They're not eating each other in there, Rich. Don't worry.
Orbital transfers.
Okay.
As you know, the faster you go, the higher your orbit gets. If you get moving fast enough, your orbit may cross the orbit of some other object, like a moon or a planet.
Or the sun.
The closest celestial body to Kerbin is the Mun. If you're looking for somewhere else to fly a rocket, the Mun is a good choice. The real trick to getting there is timing your departure so that the Mun captures your vehicle at its highest point.
We didn't do that.
If you mistime your departure, you may miss the Mun entirely, which creates a lot of paperwork. Let's assume you've left at the right time and the Mun is there to meet you. As your vessel approaches the Mun, it enters a zone in which the Mun's gravitational influence on your orbit is stronger than Kerbin's. This zone is called the Mun's sphere of influence. You've had to go very quickly to escape Kerbin's gravity, much too fast for the Mun's low gravity to capture you. If you don't slow down, your vehicle will speed past the Mun and be flung farther into space. Remember what I said about paperwork? Once you're in the Mun's gravity well, the best way to slow down is to fire your engines backwards until your trajectory becomes a nice, stable orbit. Now you're a moon of the Mun! Ha!
Love it. General Jackass says, I always thought Mun was pronounced the same as moon. This is upsetting. Well, we're all learning today.
Our rocket is in orbit over Kerbin and ready to fly. The mission today is to, drumroll please, intercept and orbit the Mun. To be captured by the Mun's gravity, our vessel must cross into the Mun's sphere of influence, or SOI. We're going to create a maneuver plan to figure out when and how long we need to fire our engines to intercept
We didn't know about
Mun.
maneuver plans.
Great! Now here's a new trick. We can select any object as a target in map view. Targeting gives us useful information and enables new tools. Once we've targeted a celestial body or other object in space, our maneuver will provide closest pass and plane angle information. This can be very helpful for meeting up with someone or something in space.
That's what we need.
Right now, our camera is following our vessel as it orbits Kerbin. Let's adjust our camera until we can see the mun. Then, right-click to target it. We want to place this maneuver plan with two things in mind. First, the mun is in motion. We can't aim our spacecraft where the mun is right now. Instead, we have to aim where the mun will be after our vehicle has coasted all the way from Kerbin. Second, remember how increasing velocity raises the opposite side of our orbit? Since we're placing this maneuver plan where we intend to start our burn, we should place it on the opposite side of Kerbin from where we intend to intercept the mun.
Say that again, lady. See, increasing the velocity raises the opposite side of the orbit, right? Since we're placing this maneuver plan where we intend to start our burn, we should put it on the opposite side of Kerbin from where we intend to intercept the mun.
Placing a maneuver plan usually involves making a best guess, and then fiddling with the maneuver until you get an intercept. Fortunately, you've got a crack navigator with you today. By my calculations, we'll want to put our maneuver here. Excellent! We've just created a maneuver plan. While we could find out if our departure timing is correct by just picking a direction and maxing the throttle, a maneuver plan tells us in advance how much delta V we'll need, how long we'll need to burn, and in what direction our vessel will need to point during the maneuver.
That one dude says, these are pretty good tutorials. I think the silliness helps it make it more digestible and not so dry. Wonder if they'll add more for the harder stuff in the future. Yeah, these have been great. You're teaching me astrophysics, and I understand most of it, so good on you, Space Kerbal. Admiral Akbar asks, how many astronauts have died in the name of space progress so far? We haven't had any die yet. We've got some out there who need a little help, but that's what we're doing right now. We're learning how to save them. Let's see how much. Okay, so well, we could find out if our departure timing is correct and just pick a direction. Maneuver plan tells us in advance how much delta V we'll need, how long we'll need to burn, and in what direction. Great.
Grab and pull the arrows to plan a burn along that direction. This maneuver is pretty simple. We want to burn prograde and expand our orbit.
That's what we were missing. Left clicking and pulling the retrograde marker. How do you tell which one it... Whoop. How am I supposed to know which one is the retrograde or prograde? Which one? The prograde marker. Oh, there we go. Oh. Is it just this one? I guess. Okay. So that won't get us there. Oh boy, oh boy.
That maneuver event towards the end of your trajectory is exactly what we're looking for. It tells that if we execute this plan, we'll intercept the mun.
Rich! With a ton of subs, we appreciate it. Holy Lord. 5 more subs for the 5 Kerbals that are out in space right now. We can get them back now. Okay, so she said I did a good job, even though that seemed to blast us. Well, okay, I guess that gets us out of the sphere, but that maneuver event towards the end of the trajectory is exactly what you're looking for. It tells us that if we execute this plan, we'll intercept the Mun. I guess here? Wait, isn't this the Mun? That's the Mun. Isn't that what we want? So don't we want to get it pointed at the Mun? Like this? I don't think we want to crash into the Mun. Let's see. Kenneth Blink says you're doing a slingshot only possible with using the Mun. Rich Bad Game says even Rich's goodwill can't save the doomed 5 Kerbals. We'll get the doomed 5 Kerbals back, okay? That one dude says you want to aim it where it will be, not where it's at now. You were right before. So this line is where it will be? Is that right? Although, no, that's where it's orbiting. I guess I'm confused as to how you tell where it will be. Is it like that? Corboy says those Kerbals are coming home. Might just take a while. Yeah, we'll get there. Let's see. General Jackass says you can pull the retrograde handle a bit to cancel out some of the extra prograde speed you handed. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
If a maneuver looks right, but we're not getting the intercept we expect, we can change the starting position of the maneuver by grabbing and dragging the middle of the maneuver plan along our orbit. It's very common to refine a maneuver plan by adjusting both the position of the maneuver and the direction of the planned burn.
General Jackass says where you see the blue dots on your path, you'll enter the moon's orbit. These blue dots? Oh, I guess that makes sense. And so now we want to, what? So did those change when I pulled that line out? Is that what's okay? So the fact that they exist right now tells me that I will. And what is it? Is that what this is telling me? Entering what? Oh, nope, don't want it. What did it say though? No. No. Entering SO1. I don't know what that means. Okay, we'll pull that back out the way that we had it. I guess. Oh, it's very confusing. Okay. It's very confusing. And it's not going to be there because it's already gone from there by the time we get there, right? Is it telling me that I need to do this, or I should know how to do it? This would be a collision with the moon? Is that right? I wish I could just click on this and it would... That's not telling me a whole lot about what's happening there, but... Okay. Nope. Where'd that... There we go. So I guess like that. Let's see. The auras around the moon show you where you'll enter relative to the moon. Oh, okay. So that was changing when I was moving this. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So that's good. That's good to know. Entering SO1, entering the sphere of influence of the gravitational field. Okay. Okay. That's making a little more sense. Thank you.
If we don't want to maneuver at all, we can delete the plan, either by right-clicking the gizmo and selecting delete, or through the burn timer.
I wish we would have known all this before we sent those 5 Kerbals out to die. But we'll get them back. The doomed 5 Kerbals, the doomed Kerbal 5 are coming back. We're bringing them home. Let's see. General Jackass says, once you get to the blue dot on the path, it'll make sense what happens. Okay. Over there.
Maneuvers are invaluable when leaving Kerbin. Feel free to come back and practice anytime.
Can we actually see what's going to happen? Oh, I didn't start the burn-in. I don't think I started the burn-in. Throttle's locked. Yeah, I didn't, And how are we supposed to know when we were supposed to start it? I'm sure that'll be in the next one, right? Rito Shot First says their families want their skeletons back. Look, we don't know what the lifespan... Kerbals could live thousands of years. How did they get so advanced with all this? I'm sure they're fine.
We've got a maneuver plan that intercepts the Mun. Now we just need to execute that maneuver and fly to the Mun ourselves.
Perfect.
Whenever we have a maneuver plan, a burn timer will appear. The timer shows you how much time is left until we need to execute the maneuver. I've paused the simulation for a moment, so this number won't count down quite yet.
Okay. Okay, so it was there the whole time. Gotcha. Okay, so that's when we'll enter, and that's when we'll exit. Because this is... Those are the spots for the trajectory we're currently on. Once we're out here on our plan, we'll enter it. We'll enter it there, and those are where we'll enter on the actual orbit.
The timer also tells us how long we'll need to burn our engines at 100% throttle in order to complete the maneuver.
Okay, stop burning. That would be the stop burning once we get there. Gotcha. Let's do it.
Now let's take a look at the nav ball.
Okay.
A new marker has joined
It's
our
all brown.
retrograde and retrograde markers. This is called a maneuver marker, and it shows us the orientation of our planned maneuver. We'll want to make sure that this marker is in the center of our nav ball during our maneuver burn. Luckily, we can aim at this maneuver marker by selecting the maneuver button on your SAS controls.
Maneuver button.
Now your vehicle is properly oriented, and through the magic of SAS and more math than I'd like to admit, our vessel is properly oriented. We're still far from our planned burn, so let's speed things up. While we could rely on our reflexes to time warp at the perfect moment, a less stressful alternative is warping to a specific point in our orbit. See this button? Select it to warp automatically. Departure burn, here we come.
Ready.
Great. We've
Paused it for me.
just before our maneuver burn, and I've paused the simulation once more. After we select continue, Remember to wait until the countdown reaches 0. Then we'll go full throttle until our burn timer reaches 0.
Gotcha.
Then cut the throttle. Okay, get ready to hit the throttle.
We're ready. We're not gonna miss the window, don't worry. Still got 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. We're ready. JeffM was born ready. Rich Bad at Games says that's right. Here we go. And blast it.
Burn timer. We want to stop our burn once it reaches 0.
So that's a while. Thanks for all the subscriptions, folks. Thanks for watching us today. We're gonna get those Doomed 5 back. The Doomed Kerbal 5 are coming home. They're gonna have to wait a week until the next stream, but we'll build a rocket and get them back. Once we've completed this tutorial, we'll also build a triple ball rocket, and we're gonna launch that sucker into space. Probably creating more.
Everything's looking great.
More
Cut the
Kerbals
throttle.
we'll have to save, but we'll get them all back. Yes, press X. There we
Great
go.
work. You've successfully executed a maneuver, and now we're on our way to the Mun.
General Jackass says this was pretty much what you did on your first attempt to get to the Mun, right? Yeah, it was. We were pretty close to that. I tried to set up
It's going to take
in
a while
orbit,
to reach
and
the
we
Mun.
were almost there.
Don't let the wait fool you. We're now moving faster than any Kerbal has ever flown before. When we enter the Mun's sphere of influence, we'll be going way too fast for the Mun's gravity to capture our vehicle. To orbit the Mun, we'll need to burn retrograde once we're inside its SOI, or sphere of influence. This will slow us down enough
This all
to
makes
keep us
sense.
from being whipped into interplanetary space.
General Jackass says, yeah, just hang a left. We were right there. That's right. It was very close. Very close to making it to the Mun.
Let's start by time warping until we're within the Mun's sphere of influence. That's the sphere within which the Mun is the primary gravitational influence on your vehicle. Let's get a little bolder with our time warp this time. Farewell, Kerbin. We'll miss you.
Goes. We're almost there. Makes perfect sense now.
Welcome to the Mun's sphere of influence. Let's slow down to normal time so we can create our capture maneuver.
We didn't know about this either. Yep.
Did you notice that we've got a periapsis above the Mun, but no apoapsis? That's because we're going too fast to complete an orbit before sailing past the Mun. Don't worry, we have time to adjust. Our objective is to slow down enough so that both apoapsis and periapsis are within the Mun's sphere of influence. Remember the rule of orbital opposites. Because we want to lower your apoapsis, we'll need to place our maneuver plan at the periapsis. Let's get started. In order to reduce our apoapsis, we need to slow down by burning backwards, or retrograde. This is a little like deorbiting over Kerbin, but we're going to stop burning before our trajectory meets Mun dust.
Okay, create a maneuver that will orbit the Mun by pulling on the retrograde arrow of the maneuver plan. So does it just follow these arrows? So it would be this one? That's it, right? Seems like it. Oh, it wants me to get to that spot?
Maneuver plan set. Next up, let's make sure we're pointed where we need to be.
Orient the vessel to our maneuver using the SAS. That's a brilliant little button.
Maneuver is right, and we're pointed in the right direction. Now we need to time warp to the right position. And we're on our way.
Go.
Almost there. When the countdown reaches 0, throttle up to start your capture burn.
They bring us out pretty early. I don't know if I need a 30-second wait in. Can I open this? Okay, so we can actually look at it. See it in this view too. Oh, that's kind of confusing. There we go. There we go. Do it. Let's do it. Here we go. We're doing it.
Keep burning until the burn timer reaches 0. Shut fantastic. That was some fancy flying. Looks to me like
fancy
you're about
flying.
ready to try this for real.
All right. That was it. We did it. We did it. We did it. We're gonna come for you guys. I promise. See, they're still there. They're all in the dark, but they're still there. So, let's check that map. Now that everything makes sense, they're past their apoapsis, headed towards the periapsis, but that's fine. It would really help if they had fuel, I feel like. Rich Bad at Games says, we're doing it. I'm going to start baking a welcome home cake. Yeah, let's, we got a little bit more time. Let's go back to vehicle assembly. I also don't, I don't know how we would get them. I feel confident that I can get another ship to where they are. But then what? Then what happens? Then we're just going to be there orbiting along with them. I'm sure there's other stuff. Let's just try and build... Look, we're not ready to save them yet, but let's try and build a rocket, get out into orbit. General Jackass says, next time we strand people in space indefinitely, we should probably make sure they have light to appreciate their forlorn expressions. Yeah, we're gonna practice building a rocket this time. That's not a space coffin. We will, and honestly, let's just send one this time. Not that we're not gonna get them back. We're gonna get them back. But let's not make it harder on ourselves. We got this. We need a parachute. Didn't tell us about that last time. Okay. Let's just do this small cat parachute. That will be fine. RCS. See, there's all this other stuff that... that they didn't teach us. Ladders. This one can be Nightbot, Crowboy says. Absolutely. Okay, so now we still need our fuel tanks and our engines. And we're going triple ball, baby. Oh boy, look at that. Big boy. That looks like a good start to a design. See, it was the boosters that we didn't understand last time. Okay, so we got our triple balls. We're going to want... We're going to want... Should we make them so that those... Look, honestly, if we're sticking Nightbot in here, I'm not going to worry about it. We got plenty of fuel. We are going to want engine, large engine. Let's see, what else did they add? I feel like there was other stuff. A heat shield. She said something about a heat shield. Let's see, we want a heat shield. Where does the heat shield go? She never explained where the heat shield goes. No. How do I... Does the heat shield go here? I don't know. Does that look right? How about our engineer's report? It says nothing about where the heat shield goes. General Jackass says this might be overkill. Rich Bandit Game says, I don't know if the heat shield is working in the beta. I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, there was the thing about batteries and solar arrays. How do we add a solar array? That feels like it has to go inside something. Which would be hold cargo? Oh, great suggestion, General Jackass. You probably want a separator between the capsule and the fuel tanks, because that parachute isn't going to work on this whole rocket. Good thinking. Let's see, separators. See, we're pros at all this stuff now. Aerodynamics, that would be coupling. Stack separator. That. Guess I don't understand the sizes. There we go. We'll bust that off. General Jackass says, I have a feeling we won't get to use that parachute, but, you know, just in case. We won't use it because we're going to go into a perfect orbit and hang out there while we figure out the rest of our rescue plan. Okay, so I was looking at cargo holds. Is it a cargo bay? A crew cabin? We'll probably need a crew cabin once we get to the point where we want to save those people. But I just want something that we can pop some. Is that what you put solar panels into? Solar array? Does it go like that? Is that it? Is that all I need to do? Does it even have to go inside it? Could I just put it on something? On the outside? Nightbot says subscribe to the MinnMax Show podcast on your favorite podcast app. Or wait, I want this one. Oh, you know what? No, I'm doing this like a fool again. No. Get that out of there. Get this one out of there. Turn on the symmetry. Sweet symmetry. Solar power. Solar panels can go anywhere. They unfold themselves when activated. Let's just put it right on the capsule there. Do I need to add a battery too? I think she said something about a battery. Because otherwise... Rechargeable battery. You probably don't need much. It's a pretty big, small battery. Extra small? I think the capsule has its own battery with a small capacity. We'll give him another one. There we go. I'm sure that won't screw anything up. Okay. So that's our rocket. The old triple ball. Let's add some boosters. Where are the boosters? No, those are solid fuel boosters. We're gonna need the biggest they got. Okay. Let's see how 4 does this. Probably add them. Oh boy. Is that straight? How am I supposed to know if it's they're on there straight? What's that get us to? 0.000 thrust versus weight. Alright. Oh, we need decouplers anyway. What am I even doing here? We forgot about the decouplers. I just want us to realize our dream of triple ball spaceship here. Structures. No, decouplers. We need decouplers. Radial decouplers? Do we want a radial decoupler? Medium? Maybe if we go to blueprint mode. That really doesn't make it any easier, does it? General Jackass is questioning the aerodynamics of our spaceship here. I don't see what the problem is. Put that on. There. Get the boosters. It says these are medium boosters. They look pretty big, but it also seems like these are the biggest. There we go. I can see it now. Thrust versus weight. That gets us there. Yeah. That's a spaceship. Let's see. Admiral Akbar says add cones to the booster tops. Okay. That would be cool. That'd be cool. Let's see, is that under the cool menu? Probes. What is this? Fuel. These are more fuel tanks. We don't need more fuel tanks. Engines, structures. Adapters? No. Panels, hubs, trusses, tubes. Search bar, people are saying. Search for cone. Nose cones. Love it. I think we need a medium. Boom. That's a rocket. That is a rocket. What is this? Oh, I think we're done here. All right. Nope. Let's just close this. Or was that always open? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. This is fine. We're ready. Engineers report. Looks good. Oh, we have to choose our... Gotta choose our Kerbal. Bob Kerman. Can I rename Kerbals? I mean, these are people. Gosh darn it. They're their own people. Was there a location for people? Maybe not. General Jackass says there's a bit of a staging problem in the 3rd stage. What do we got here? We've got break off the main stuff. And then what's that one? I'm still confused by this. I don't want to add one. I want you to tell me more about what's... Action group? Not action group. Parts manager. Trip planner. I still don't understand the trip planner. Can't. Kerbal. No, that's the sun. You don't want to go to Kerbal. Just... From Kerbin to... And we'll figure the rest of that out once we're on the way. Did it still say one-way trip, people are saying? Yeah, we want a round trip. It seems... What is this? Launch vessel, destination. I could use a tutorial on the trip planner. It's fine. Let's see. General Jackass says the other action in stage 3 is activating the main engine. You could move it to stage 2 to activate it as the boosters are dropped. Okay. So those are those. Do we want to activate it when the boosters are activated? Like that? Or we'll just keep it? Because who cares? The boosters are gonna get us out there, and then we'll activate it. I see. So if it was in the 3rd, it wouldn't turn off until we dumped all our triple balls, which would be bad, right? Okay, that one dude says... Hold on. We got lots of information here. Admiral Akbar says, how much you need to get to the Mun. You don't have enough fuel to get to the Mun. How can we not have enough fuel? Didn't it say we were... Launch vessel. Is this how much it uses? That's not how much it uses to launch, right? Destination to the Mun is 10,000. That one dude says, yeah, you're over, so it's good by a lot. Which we're going to need. This is the contingency plan. If things don't go perfect, which I'm sure they will. Oh, we can color. We can color our ship. All right. I think we're ready. Let's launch this bad boy. All right. It's nighttime, sure. A night launch. That'll look cool. We choose to go to the moon. To the mun. Yeah, we'll figure it out once we're in orbit. We can figure everything else out. First, we got to get into orbit, which took several steps. We launch and then we turn sideways, right? And then we'll figure it out from there. All right, here we go. We're counting down. 10K. 10K and then the gravity turn, General Jackass says. Although they said we could do it earlier. Oh, here we go. That's looking okay. That's looking okay. We're turning a little. That's a little disturbing how much they're kind of moving around. But we're going up. Booster's not super stable. Admiral Akbar says, yeah, we're doing okay. We just got to get up to 10,000. And then we can start turning. Turn on the lights. The lights, unfortunately, are on, I think. Are they? Is that on? It's hard to tell. We're getting there. Bob's doing okay up there. Are we out into the... Let's see where we are. Okay, it's not looking great, guys. We lost the balls. We lost the balls. The boosters came off on their own accord. We launched on the frickin' in the middle of the night, so at least the press won't be too bad. What happened? I missed in the moment. See, we almost got up there. Did that decoupler break from the stress of it? Is that... Okay, well... Look, there's good news here, and that is... We can skip that step. We can jettison that. And Bob's coming back down. That's fine, because we still got our parachute. Is the thing. We thought ahead. We had the parachute already. It'll fill up once we get down far enough to where the air is, I'm pretty sure. Where does atmosphere start? We're getting there. Too early? Admiral Akbar asks. Yeah, I don't understand meters. You're talking to me in this crazy language of meters. There we go. There we go. Okay, so around 1,000. Remember that for next time. Once we hit 1,000, we're good to go. All right. And we can speed this up because this is gonna take a while. More Than Average says, hey, Jeff and my wife loved watching you play Wordle. There you go. It's a classic. I'm sure one day I'll go back and look at those videos and they'll each have like 100 million views. And then I'll say, hey, Hanson, where's my residuals on that? And everything will be great. So, look. Didn't go as planned. A bit of a setback towards saving the doomed Kerbal 5, who are not doomed, and we will get back. Watch out for the trees. There we go. That looks like we landed in some kind of water or something. How do I retrieve a Kerbal? I think they mentioned something briefly. How do I get this guy back now? Because you're safe. He's safe. Look, he's still happy. Disabled due to an obstacle. Yeah, General Jackass is talking about support struts. Absolutely. We will get to that. Rich Bad at Games asked, did you mean to edit the Wordle videos in the style of The Shining? Of course. How do I get Bob to come back? I think when you go to the menu while Kerbal's on the ground, it'll give you a recover option. All right. Bravo, bravo. Practice makes perfect. We got him back, so that's great. Let's check the tracking station. Do we still have... What is this menu? I've never seen that. I don't think Have I ever been to the tracking station? Yeah, okay. They're still out there. They're still out there. Guys. It's fine, guys. Let's go back. Can I hit revert to the VAB? Oh, wait. We got more information here. So yeah, General Jackass was saying add some support struts between the boosters and the main fuel tanks for stability. They should automatically detach when you use the decouplers. That should help. Let's see. I think when you go to the... let's see. Nope. It'll give you a recovery option. That one dude says that'll show you what broke, but I think I missed that. Was that the report that we got back? Let's go back to the vehicle building. All right. We should have also saved. We should have saved what we did. We blew that. Okay, but we can do it. We're gonna do it. We'll build it again. We got this. We added a parachute to that. Right? Parachute, no problem. We added a heat shield, which I still don't fully understand how that works. Where was the heat shield? Heat shield. On the bottom, I think. Makes sense, right? Heat shield goes under the capsule. Perfect. Then we add a decoupler. Right? Because we need something between the triple balls. That's too big. So that will jettison our... What's the difference between a decoupler and a stack separator? Designed to jettison whatever is attached to both sides of it. All right. Let's see. We also added. While we're here, let's add our solar panels. And a wee little battery. Let's get a little smaller than that. We kind of let's not cover the cockpits or the window. Oops, no. We want that to be double. Okay, so we got that. Let's just move you so that you're in the back there. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. So we had all that. We got our couple decoupler. Aramite says, should I play Horizon Forbidden West every time? Everything I read says it's a hot trash, trashy stink game. I'm not falling for that. You know how I feel about it. Everybody knows how I feel about it now. Now it's triple balls, right? That was the next step. Triple balls. The big ones. Look at how ridiculous these things are. We want the triple. Okay. TB. We add the engine. Supersize us, please. And now, let's see. General Jackass says, every time the balls come out, I can't stop laughing. I think this looks great. So we needed, let's see, what we needed, you mentioned something else. Good General. We needed the decouplers. Radial decouplers. I'm going to set that to 4. But then there was something else you mentioned. Struts. Okay. We'll figure out the struts. I still can't tell. It would be nice if it could tell me, because like I don't want them like that. That's not, I want it as close to, oh, that's the wrong ball. I want them as close to even as possible. There's probably a thing for that. Okay, and then we need struts. Oh, the struts. I could never figure out the struts before. Let's add our boosters. Let's get the big B's on there. Big B's. 4 of them. Okay, now the confusing part with the struts. General Jackass says you might be able to hold shift to snap to certain positions. All right, strut. Let's strut this baby up. Yeah, this is looking good. Let's, oh, no, come on. Okay. Struts. This looks, nope. That was not even close to what we wanted. Struts. I mean, it's turning green for once. Is that good? There we go. Let's just add a couple of these. And you said they'll You said that they will break off. See, this is very confusing as to... It's like, nope. Then I don't even want you. If you're not gonna... Oh no, they took away the good one. Now, oh, that's not on anything. That's probably why. What is this? What are these? I'm just leaving. Okay. Okay, so that was one. Look, I left another one here. The one that I couldn't figure out from before. Let's just delete that. Right. There's your problem. Okay. We're gonna add a couple more struts. There. Let's add a few more. I don't love that. Doesn't look great, but it's probably okay. Let's just add a few down here. Oops. See this? I don't feel like they've gotten the 3D view completely here. This feels like it could be... could work a little better. Let's attach it to the lower ball. Can put nose cones on the boosters. That's right, we forgot about the nose cones on the boosters. Do that too. That's, I'm sure, great. What is this? Okay, then. Nose cones. Love it. Okay, now we're gonna save this sucker. Vehicle name. Nightbot. Away. Now. I think we got everything. Plenty of thrust. Let's do our trip planner. Oh, let's choose our Kerbal manager first. I feel like Valentina is out circling the Dark Void right now. Is that like her twin sister? Let's send Timmy C. Kerman out there. Round trip. To the Mun. We got plenty of fuel. We're clear to proceed. Let's do it. Actually, let's learn from our mistakes last time. And let's add some sweet lights to it. What would that be under? Lights. Heck yeah. We better add them to the... That seems like a... Not how I would have oriented them, but yeah, like this. That makes more sense. There we go. Fins could be nice for steering in the atmosphere. You know what? We'll worry about that if we blow up spectacularly again. All right, we got this. Tim's ready. Another night launch for some reason. Can't get away from it. Let's see. We probably... You know what? I think if we launch fast enough, that's not going to be a problem. But what I wanted to do before that happened... Let's revert to launch. Yes. We finally got our explosion. We're almost done. That never happened before. What was it? The weight of the extra lights? All right, let's pause it. See, this time it's not going to happen. We're going to pause it. Did I put these up higher? Is that... Doesn't like something about it. But let's just check this out, because this is... We do the burns. We lose those. We activate our solid engine, or whatever this is. Decouple. Yeah, that looks great. I'm going to press the go button. And we have to skip the countdown so that we get off the planet right away. There we go. Yes! You don't gotta worry about gravity when it's... Hey, look at these boosters, guys. That's looking a lot more stable this time around. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. We gotta get to 10,000 feet. Looking good. Triple balls. I don't know why we couldn't launch during the day, but your genius, Rich, says, see, you just don't give it the time. Okay. Things are going good. We just got to get up to 10,000, then we'll start turning slightly. That's a lot of fire right next to our bottom ball there. The giant tank full of hydrogen fuel is kind of surrounded by super jets. Oh, we're way past turning time. That's not good. That's all right. Okay. We got to turn. We're going to pause for a second. Maybe check the map. Yeah, okay. We got some more turning to do. I kind of fell asleep and we're already at 24,000. But I think we can pull this off. If we keep turning, we'll get there. Yeah, Rich Bad at Game says JeffM got distracted by hot balls and forgot to turn. That's 100% what happened. Didn't it tell... You know, I feel like during the training, it showed me how much I was supposed to turn. Okay, not too much. But more than that, let's check the map again. I don't know if there's a better way to... Oh boy, we still got a ways to go. We should be sideways. We should be super sideways, and we're almost out of booster fuel. So we're gonna turn completely sideways. Is that the mark I want to go for? This is fine. Okay. Drop them. Drop the boosters. Okay. Turn on the engine. Okay. 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 Maybe not all the way. Oh boy. Okay. It's controlling. Let me tell you. I think the triple ball design may have some inherent flaws. Because this is... Maybe we needed to reinforce it a little more. We're getting closer, though. Our trajectory is looking a little better. I wish... Wasn't the nav ball supposed to tell me like where I should be aiming in order to get out of orbit? All down to the triple balls now. Crowboy says, we got plenty of fuel, so I feel like we can do this. Okay, General Jackass says, you might want to wait until you're close to the apoapsis and just flatten out the circle. You're going to be high enough when you get there. Great point. Great point, the apoapsis. Remember them saying that I can't mark anything. I would, okay. Let's do it. Point prograde, and when you get there, burn until you have an orbit. So we'll start pointing prograde. This would be a lot more exciting if we weren't launching at night so that we can't see anything. Where are our lights? There we go. That improves things greatly. Oh boy. Houston, we may have a problem. How did that happen? That's not good. You can cut the engines before that happens. I've cut the engines. The engines still seem to be going by themselves. Which seems like this is not doing anything. That one dude says you aren't attached to the bottom anymore, so you can't cut the engines. I separated while the engines were on, so it's just pushing the capsule. Did I press the button too many times? Did I get too excited and I pressed the button too many times? And now we are just smushed up to the front of a rocket that we cannot control. That was user error. Crowboy says another stranded Kerbal. He's not going to be stranded for long because, but he's so happy is the thing. Okay, this is fine. I sped up time, and at some point, we flew off of the part that was broken. Let's see, those were the boost, or no, that's not the boosters. Were these the boosters? This is hard to tell. I think those were the boost. Those must be the boosters. And the rest of our ship, was that it? Well, somewhere in the depths of space, we have sent triple balls out into the far reaches of space. And they're going to keep on going. But the good news is that now our little Kerbal buddy is is free. So we just have to hit the parachute button once we get... Okay. Yep. This is great. This is exactly what we want. We're within 63,000 meters. MinnMax show, which must be Hanson, says this rules, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. But the secret stash starts at 6:30. Okay, we're almost done. We're gonna save this guy. Don't you worry about it. We just need him to get a little bit farther down. Let's go. Let's go. I can't tell where Earth is. Tim looks a little concerned up there. But remember, once we hit 1,000 meters, cream of the steam, Crowboy says, not secret stash. Once we get within 1,000 meters, where is the planet? We're going to save Timmy here, and then we'll be good. We've learned a lot. Oh, okay. That's a little lower than we meant to go. Parachutes out. That happened a lot faster than I was expecting it to. But another saved. Apparently the stream went down. Don't worry. Timmy was fine. We got Timmy back, and we are going to call that a day. We've saved 2 Kerbals, and we will save the rest at a future time. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for cream of the secret stash stream, which is going to start soon enough. Actually, it's going to start in like an hour. So we're going to save all this because we're going to save the Doomed 5 one of these days. Yes. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. We are going to pop on out of here, and we will send you off to a little stream called... Let's get the raid channel button. We will come back and we will save those guys. Easy Allies is playing Power Wash Simulator. It's a night of simulations. Make sure to come back for Cream of the Steam. That's going to be great. Thank you for all the subscriptions and for watching me play that very silly game. And we will see you next time. Bye.